The 2018 Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400 is a heavy car at 3,744 pounds, but not nearly as pendulous as that name. And while the Japanese have a glorious history of grandiose car names, see the domestic market Toyota Crown Majesta 10th Anniversary Type C or Isuzu Statesman DeVille, the string of words attached to Infiniti's 400 horsepower sedan seems like it was borrowed from a second-tier Tennessee stock car race instead of Japan's history of overwrought nomenclature. But maybe the connotation isn't accidental. Maybe the Coca-Cola Pepsodent Marlboro Kotex Infiniti Q50 Red Sport Series 400 by Dr. Scholl's is perfectly named. Because after driving the car, it seems to me, it would make a great moonshine runner. The V8 saloons that first populated early stock car races in the late 1940s. Blame Infiniti for the comparison. They took me to the pristine Leaper's Fork Distillery in Franklin, Tennessee, and sowed the barley seed. Plus, the landscape around the company's headquarters, where we tested the car, looked, at least to my Yankee eyes, little different than those found in Wilkes County, North Carolina, home of American stock car racing. Sitting 300 miles east, it's the region drivers honed their craft in souped-up Fords, Plymouths, and Pontiacs, staying just beyond the reach of local police and federal revenue agents. Crucially, despite engine and chassis modifications, the exterior of the cars had to remain mostly stock to avoid undue attention. Undue attention is coincidentally what's required to spot the differences in the updated 2018 Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400. They include fascias, LED taillights, interior trim, and some exhaust pipe detailing. Unchanged is the 400 horsepower VR V6, different from the 300 horsepower version in the 3.0 T-Sport, mostly in the tune of its turbos. There is a slightly larger intercooler too. Below the skin are more changes, with this trim level receiving a thicker sway bar, higher drive ratio and quicker steering, larger brakes and model-specific black headliner, Sportif. For when the ardor cools or the runner runs out of patience with dark back roads, the Red Sport 400 offers Infiniti's full suite of driver aids. That includes all the regular suspects to control following distance, prevent accidental lane departure and illuminate blind spots. They work well, though the active lane control system falls into the common trap of hugging the right side of the lane, less than ideal if you're trying to drive by Tennessee's finest without looking like you've dipped into your 100-proof cargo. On the tech site is DAS, or Direct Adaptive Steering, a steer-by-wire system that allows for dozens of variations on steering heft, speed, and feel. It's a superior system to the standard electronic rack following this year's updates, accurate if a little dead on center, and heavy in sports settings, but it's not great. Infiniti is transparent in admitting that the system is a component of an as yet unrealized autonomous driving system. But right now, It's a chunk of a creature arriving piecemeal from the future, to be animated only after all the parts are consolidated. Until then, why do we have to babysit an insensate arm? The interior is only available in very serious black, with RRED stitching. Materials and constructions are solid, but they pale against what Audi and Mercedes offer in equivalent cars. The screens in the center stacked, particularly, seem a generation old and are frustrating to engage with. The last time you swiped so angrily, it was leftward over your ex's face on Tinder. On the 2018 car, the paddle shifters have been moved to the wheel from the column. A product planner noted that with DAS, steering is quick enough that during dynamic driving the wheel will never be rotated far enough to swap the positions of the paddles. Seats lack the concavity necessary to keep the driver planted during the G-forces the car can muster, but the new for 2018 steering wheel is beautifully shaped, making a stable partner in tight turns. A high point is the 16-speaker sound system from Bose's Performance series, whose aluminum speaker grills wash passengers in crisp, powerful sound. NPR's Jacob Goldstein, detailing the rumors that FDRs traveled to Warm Springs, Georgia, to buy the region's moonshine during Prohibition, sounded great. With Jacob murmuring about Stumpus, named for its hiding place, I followed 10 other red Sport 400s away from a downtown Nashville hotel and into the countryside. From the first on-ramp, the car's power was overwhelming. I whooped. There's a whiff of turbo lag, but sometimes, the particular 1-2 of turbocharged power delivery makes a car feel even faster, and isn't feel ultimately the point? For the number crunchers, the red Sport 400 gets to 60 in 4.5 seconds. The ride is buttoned down and firm on 19-inch wheels, with more road imperfections felt through the seats, if not the electric steering wheel, than one might expect on smooth Tennessee highways. Any glass bottles in the trunk would rattle, but not break. The car feels lurid but capable, able to indulge in a slide, thanks, gravel-strewn back roads of the Harpeth River Valley, and extricate itself without too much drama. It's a bruiser. That's why, if some 21st century prohibition were to pass, I'd choose the Q50 Red Sport 400 to get my product to market. It's fast and a little crude, with the necessarily anodyne styling. The G35's cockeyed distinctiveness is long gone.